And you must always be careful about, your girl's friends. Your girl's friends literally have the ability to shift everything about your relationship. They're literally the puppet masters. And there's one thing that you always need to be careful about, especially when dealing with girls and their friends, and that's jealousy. Group jealousy. Girls in some groups have this thing where they don't want to see their friends be happy. They don't want to be like the one that doesn't get into a relationship, that doesn't get married, that stays alone, the one that everyone else is getting into something and situations and whatever, and you're the one who doesn't make it. No one ever wants to be that person in the group. So you must understand, when you're in a relationship with your girl, if their friends are single, best believe they're trying to get her to be single also. If their friends have no situations and nothing going on for them, best believe they're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that she stays exactly like her, because they don't want her to leave them. They don't want her to move on with her life and become something more. So every time you guys argue, every time you guys fight, every time a situation happens, best believe they're gunning to kill you. That discussion that they're having behind closed doors is against you at all times. And I've literally had this happen in so many situations, where a girl's like, nah, leave this guy, leave this guy, leave this guy. And the same girl that says, leave this guy, leave this guy, leave this guy, is the same girl that will DM you by herself later. And that's when I learned, guys, how cold the game is. That's when I learned how cold the dating game is, and how wicked women can be against each other. So if you're in a relationship and you can see that, your girlfriend has single friends, or your girlfriend is part of a clique of girls that loves going out, that loves excitement, that loves vibes, I want you to understand that they don't want you to make it. They don't want you to make it. And every time you make a mistake, every time something happens, you out. They don't need 2 seconds more, to have a reason to take you out. They need anything you do to hold against you.